Welcome to another edition of Brownie Bites here on YouTube. I'm Darryl Ryder, coming to you from Cross Country Mortgage Campus in Berea. And some good news on Thursday as the Browns keep one of their own. Defensive end Alex Wright has signed a 3-year contract extension worth up to $33 million, including $21 million in guaranteed cash.
They didn't have to draft me. They didn't have to, throw me into the fire. They could have got somebody else my rookie year. But I learned just being out there physically. Like, I learned going against people like Joel, Jack, DeWan, just people just being a sponge and stuff like that. So it's just surreal right now, man. It's very surreal. Right now I can't even think straight right now. So, but at the end of the day, the work is still there. I mean, I'm happy that this is a life-changing moment for me. But at the end of the day, we still got work to do. So, just trying to stay as tunnel vision as I can. I will take a moment for sure, but at the end of the day, we still got work to do.
Cleveland, of course, selected Wright in the third round of the 2022 draft, number 78 overall, and he's become a staple in Jim Schwartz's defense.
Alex has played really good football for us and just been derailed by a couple injuries, most notably the one last year, and was really being productive. We really missed Alex last year. Number one, he is a physical presence in the run game. He's got great size. Some of our best plays on the edge are Alex taking on pullers and knocking tight ends back, and those are things we really value. And he's rushed really well for us too, and been a good compliment. A lot of times we look at individual performances. It's hard to ignore Myles' individual performance. But when it's all said and done, D-line has a lot of O-line components to it in that it's the production of the group, and generally offensive line, it's not just one guy that gets beat or one guy that has success. And it's pretty much the same way across the defensive line. And Alex has played a really strong part of that. We have a good rotation up there. Hopefully we'll be able to get him back on the field pretty quickly. But, yeah, and I think it's a good sign also when you're drafting and developing your players. We know how hard it is to sign those guys. Pass rushers aren't cheap. Finding those guys in the free agent market. So I think it's a good sign for us that we're developing some players and getting production out of guys like Alex and Zay and Cam and, all across the board.
Now to the other defensive end, Myles Garrett, who's coming off a 4-sack performance and a loss to the Ravens last week. He's now a sack and a half away from breaking his franchise record of 16 sacks in a season that he set twice, as he and the Browns face a Raiders offense that has surrendered 27 sacks this season.
He's got a lot more to give. I'm super proud of him for where he is right now, but this isn't the final story yet. He's doing a really good job within the scheme, and like I've told you guys before, I'm always most proud of the way he plays the run as opposed to how he rushes the passer, and it's a lot to be proud of the way he rushes the passer, but to have the production he has, with the opportunities he's had, and also with the attention that he receives, it's fun to watch. Myles has always played at a high level, but I do appreciate his attitude of working hard to improve. I told that anecdote a couple weeks ago, being on the practice field and just not wanting to come off and waving any sub out, which again is really unusual. I know you guys like to talk a lot about who gets first team reps, but in that case, it's fun to watch. But he's still hungry. He wears it really well. He knows he's a marked man, and and I think number one, he's also really done a good job of celebrating the other guys around him, which is probably allowed him to have a little bit more success. I don't know that his pass rush win rate has really improved a lot, but having some other guys up there that that he encourages, that he works with, has made a big difference for him, particularly our inside pass rush.
You playing across the one, if not the best defensive end in the history of the NFL. So for it, just to even have a second contract is like, it still be a sponge. It's like, you never know, like, okay, like I'm gonna be better than I was just by still being outside him and still asking him questions. Like, yeah, I know who I am and I know what I could do at the end of the day, but just watching him, like, that's him as a person that you watch on film and how he carries himself is like, that's the ceiling for me. Yeah, I got a second contract, yes, I got a shit, but at the end of the day, like, he's pretty much like the cornerstone of what you need as a defensive end.
Yeah, I think it's cool to see what he's doing. I mean, it's pretty crazy to be able to watch that, and it's like, you see some of the stat lines and it's almost just normal, which is crazy because it's not normal to see that. And so, and then being out there and playing, with him and everybody else we have out there, we're making a lot of plays on defense.
Rookie linebacker Carson Schwesinger was named the Defensive Rookie of the Week, and he's a serious candidate to become the Defensive Rookie of the Year, but that's not something the UCLA product is thinking all that much about.
Yeah, I think, it's cool to see and things like that, but it's very easy to get caught up in things like that when really the focus is just, how do we go out there and win this week? What do I have to do to be prepared for this week? And so I understand the point, and obviously it's like I can't just go and avoid it, but really it's just trying to maintain focus on this week and what we're doing. Oh yeah, I think anybody making plays. I mean, that's the whole thing with defense too. One guy starts making plays, other guys start making plays, and that's really a big part of it. Is we feed off each other when we're out there.
I was with Ray Lewis his first 3 years in the NFL, and I don't think, and Ray's obviously a Hall of Famer, maybe the best ever to play the middle linebacker position, but the command that Carson has now, in a lot of respects, took Ray his third year in the league before, middle linebacker is a hard position. Linebacker is a hard position to play for a young player. You have to have all of the run fits. You have to have the physicality to play in there. You have to be a productive tackler. You have to know all the blitzes. You have to have all the coverage components, and a lot of times it takes guys sort of piecemeal to put all of that stuff together, right? They come out as rookies and, while they really play the run well, but they got work on the pass, or they don't really rush well. And that's no disrespect to any player that's ever played. It's just that's what goes on in the NFL. It's a very difficult position, and he's been right in the middle of it, and it's been fun to watch because not only does he do all that stuff well, but he has great command. He's a great leader for us. He's our play caller. Very rarely makes a mistake. When he does make a mistake, it doesn't repeat, and he's very productive on the field. So that's well deserved from him. But really proud of his development. Really big hats off to him. Big hat off, or big salute to Coach Tarver, who does a great job with the linebackers in general, but to get a rookie producing at that level is pretty significant.
Of course, all eyes this week are on rookie quarterback Shedeur Sanders, the 5th-round pick, and what offensive coordinator Tommy Rees is going to dial up for him as the Browns look to spark an offense that's ranked dead last in yards per play and passing yards per play, 31st overall and passing, 29th in scoring, and 26th running the ball.
With any quarterback, with any player, really with any quarterback, you want them to feel as comfortable as possible. For young players like Dylan and Shedeur, that's pulling from a lot of different avenues. That's pulling from things that, they've been comfortable with within your system, things that they like. So that's our number one job, right? You want to make your quarterback comfortable. You want to call plays. You want to put in plays that breathe confidence into them as they hear them, as they call them, plays that they know they can make work. And then you press the guys around him to raise their level of play and play well to continue to breathe confidence into young players and into young quarterbacks. So that's really been the motivation this week moving forward. again, make him feel comfortable. What are the things that you feel like he excels at? That drive starter, right? He threw a big in cut to Harold that, really got us into position. And in 2 minutes, you're always looking for a chunk at some point to kind of get the drive going and get you in position to have success down the stretch. So, we're going to tailor it to what he's comfortable with, tailor what he's confident in. We have confidence in our guys down the field to make that play. We have confidence in Gage. When the ball was in the air, I truly believe Gage is going to make this play, especially the way that the turn happened and all that. We've seen Gage make those catches in practice a lot of times, and we have confidence in our guys to make those, and we have confidence in Shedeur to make those as well.
Give left guard Joel Bitonio a medal. Sanders is the 23rd different starting quarterback that Bitonio will have the opportunity to block for over his 12 seasons.
I thought I just went over it. It was like low 20s. Do you remember, Dan? Oh, 23 or 24 maybe? Yeah, a lot. Yeah, unfortunate for Dylan to get banged up, concussion and stuff like that. Give Shedeur a full week of practice to get ready to play, and we'll see how it goes. His mental work this week has been prepping hard. He's been doing some extra walkthroughs and getting understanding. And he wants to perform well. We want to perform well for him. But I think he's going to have a better grasp of what we're trying to do on offense, and hopefully that translates to some good drives, some sustained drives, some points scored. It's kind of what we're looking for.
On the injury front, quarterback Dylan Gabriel remains in concussion protocol. Defensive end Alex Wright, of course, who just got that contract extension, dealing with the quad injury. Also, tight end David Njoku still nursing the sore knee. And a newcomer to the injury report, Jamari Thrash, the receiver, he did not practice due to an undisclosed injury at the time we are recording here on Thursday afternoon. That'll do it for this edition of Brownie Bites. Thanks as always for watching. And a reminder here to subscribe to the 92.3 The Fan channel on YouTube. With the Browns in Berea, I'm Darryl Ryder for Sports Radio 92.3 The Fan.